Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Daryl Talks podcast. Today, it is the New Year special, so Happy New Year, everyone. I really hope you've had a good Christmas. You've done it. It's done. Just wait till next year. We'll do it all again. So, today is the annual review. It's dead serious, but before that, I must introduce my guest. It's my wife. It's Liz.
Hello.
Hey, how are you doing?
Okay, thank you.
Whenever I say that, do you always think I go Australian?
How you doing?
How you doing? That I don't know what that was. So, how did Christmas go?
Wow, Christmas was chaos, wasn't it?
Yeah, it always is.
It was chaos, but do you know what? It was so lovely. Lyra is just such a lovely age.
She's been an absolute diamond, hasn't she?
She has. All the children have been. Yeah, do you know what, the whole sort of Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, just lovely.
Yeah, and I think it's because she's not old enough to know what's happening, so she's not old enough to get excited about it.
She got excited about opening presents eventually.
Yeah, it took about a good couple of hours.
Yeah, a good few
on
hours,
Christmas
didn't
Day.
it? Yeah, good few hours to get into opening presents. But then she was on a roll then, wasn't she?
Yeah, then you couldn't stop her.
Yeah, she just wanted everybody's presents. But yeah, no, it was really good. And Jackson was good as gold. As far as this nearly 7-month-old baby's go on Christmas Day.
Yeah, I mean, he ate and slept fine, didn't he?
Absolutely. Yeah, he really did.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah. Oh, it was just so lovely. And we were all together and we saw everybody that we wanted to see and spent time with them. And now it's over.
Yeah, so we're recording this on Boxing Day because we're dedicated to the cause.
Yes, you are.
We've still got our Christmas tree up.
Only just.
That will be coming down tomorrow. I've got a recording tomorrow, and Liz didn't want to have it all down and feel like we're a bit grinchy.
Yeah, it's a bit Scrooge-esque.
Yeah, and we went to the Winter Ball.
The rugby winter ball, we did.
How did you find it?
Do you know what? I didn't know what to expect. No, that's not true. What I thought was going to happen was what I believe happens when you rugby lads go out. And it's just like a lot of silliness and drinking and these really odd things that you do, which I find very peculiar.
I think a lot of people do, and I think a lot of people have that stereotype.
Yeah, so that's literally what I thought was going to happen, but with food involved.
Yeah.
However, it was nothing like that. It was actually a really lovely evening. Really lovely evening. So we arrived, had a little bevy, had our food. There was like this super duper raffle, bit of dancing and singing in the evening, loads of socialising. It was just really nice, actually. It was a really nice atmosphere, really lovely evening. So congratulations to the rugby club. It was fabulous.
Yep, Saltash Rugby Club, Mazza, Lewis Wells. You did awesome.
It was amazing. It really was. It was absolutely brilliant. This comes from somebody who goes to a lot of events. So congratulations.
And I've got to now stick around playing rugby because they do a summer ball, like a dinner and dance.
Dinner and dance. Quite a few people said to us actually on the night, didn't they? You know, make sure you come to the summer dinner and dance. So looking forward to that.
If there was ever any need to keep on playing rugby,
we'll get back
to it. Any motivation, because I didn't play today because of my ribs. They're bad.
Or as Lyra now likes to say, Daddy's got bad back.
Yes, Mummy has taught Lyra to say, Daddy's got bad back.
Daddy's got bad back. Daddy can't do that. Daddy's got bad back.
And if any of these clips you see that there's a new shiny necklace that we're both wearing.
Oh, yes.
These are my Christmas microphones that are linked to the camera because I was getting fed up of it sounding really rough. So let's get started. We're all caught up.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone. So let's get serious, Liz.
Serious.
The annual review. Where did it come from?
The annual review is something that Daryl, throughout the years, I don't know, 10 years, 12 years, several years, has said to me, if I say something sarcastic or I do something that he doesn't necessarily like, he'll say, I'll remember that. That'll be in your review. As in, like you do for a job, you have an annual review or a quarterly review, whatever. He bangs on about, well, that'll be in your review. Well, today, Daryl has decided we are actually going to have an annual review. So there we go. There we have it.
And it will be for both of us. I'm not like mean enough to just grill this.
Oh yeah, I've got loads of things. Loads of pointers.
I'm absolutely 100% sure you have.
I haven't really.
So, how do you think my year has been?
How do I think your year has been?
Yeah, so just generally as a human.
I think you've had a good year.
Thank you.
We welcomed our son.
We did. We really did.
So I'd say all in all, it's just a good year.
Yeah. And I think in a year where a lot of our close friends, unfortunately, have had a terrible year or a terrible part of the year, I'm so grateful that we haven't had that.
No, we haven't actually.
And our year will come, don't get me wrong.
Oh, well, yeah, we've had shit years previous, haven't we? But actually, this year's been...
It's been a good one.
I'd say, yeah, an all-round pretty good year. Yes, there's been tough times. But nothing that we haven't overcome and got through.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
I don't think there's been anything that's sort
major.
of like... Yeah, there's nothing major. Nothing that's like really stopped us in our tracks and like derailed us. Like there hasn't been anything like that.
No, and we've barely had an argument, really.
Well, that's what happens when you don't really talk to each other.
Save it for the
weekly therapist sessions.
Yeah. Not weekly. We're not there yet. However,
not yet.
Depending on the outcome of this review, maybe we'll increase it to weekly.
Maybe we'll get divorced.
There is always that. Have you got any moments that you're like, that's my husband this year?
Yeah, so obviously starting the podcast has been a pretty major fad of yours.
That's been like probably one of the biggest fads
for a long time.
For a very long time.
Yeah, and one moment that points out to me is I was listening to one of your episodes, I can't remember which one, quite early on episodes, and I was in the car, I was driving. Lady Lyra, I don't think Jackson, he was like brand new, so predominantly just asleep. And Lady Lyra said, that's Daddy. It's like, that is Daddy, yeah, like Daddy's on the radio. I was like, yes, Daddy's on the radio. And it was just like, oh, that's just such a lovely thing. Yeah. She recognises you, like your voice, not just seeing you and hearing you. Like she recognises that is Daddy.
Yeah.
And she likes to, when like the intro and outro music comes on, she sings along. I think that's such a lovely moment.
So my proudest, my like wow moment for you, was you handing in your notice.
Oh, yay!
And I know that's quite current, and you've done so many amazing things, like birthing a baby, but
that was easy, really.
You've done that once before. You've never quit your job before.
Yeah, it's very true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So actually, you're more experienced in having children than you are quitting your job, which is not a bad thing.
That's really saying something, isn't it?
But that was I was so chuffed for you.
Are you?
I was so chuffed because I just think it's the best thing ever.
Meanwhile, I'm absolutely bricking it.
Yeah, and I do get. But it'll be fine.
It will be. It will be fine.
Right, so I've got...
He's checked it twice.
Right, it's too late. It's done.
Sorry.
All right, get over it.
Sorry.
Don't want to hear that till next December. So I have done some research on things that could be rated out of 10.
Okay.
And we are going to go through them, give an example, if we can.
Oh, crumbs.
And then at the end, we'll total them up and see how we did and see where we can improve on next year. So we've got 12 things so it's out of 120. So first one up is listening skills.
Okay. Your listening skill out of 10. I'm going to give you a solid 5.
Oh, 5.
I know that's probably a bit generous, to be honest.
That is probably a bit generous. However,
generous.
We're not changing it. You've said it now. It's done. I will take 5 there.
5.
I'm going to give you a 7.
7? That's quite low.
Yes. You're not very good. You're better. No, you're not as good as you think you are. I can give you an example.
Go on.
Of Christmas Eve. When I said
Christmas Eve was chaos. Go on.
So we decided it's 9:15. We need to make a Wendy house or whatever they're called, like a playhouse for outside for Lyra.
PM, yeah.
Obviously, we had all the kit. It wasn't a case of we just popped one up. And we get started and always like getting going. And I hope, like, I guess probably the blokes just get on and do it by themselves, but I'm not that sort of bloke, that sort of guy. I'm more on the creative side. So if I was to be able, if I was asked to paint that playhouse, it would be magical. But Liz is the more practical one. However, I'm the king screwer at the beginning.
So basically, we had this whacking great playhouse that we had to put up for the morning. On the instructions, it said it would take an hour with 2 people. Fine. So we started to do it in the dining room kitchen area, because then we could take it straight outside the back doors, put it on the patio, done, rather than have to like traipse it through the house. Well, Barry, the dog, was super helpful.
He wanted to get right in the house before we'd even made it.
But yeah.
But at one point, I said, Liz, just leave it. I'll work it out because I'm left-handed and I had to screw with my right hand. And it's not my strong hand. So Liz was trying to be helpful. However, I was willing to just get on with it because it's only, righty-tighty. So I thought I'd be able to do it. However, she had to move it. And I told her about 3 times and she just didn't listen.
I moved it anyway.
Of course you did.
To make it easier so he could then use his left hand.
So that's sadly, there's probably multiple occasions, but that's what knocked you down probably a point at least.
Can I just let you all know, it took us 2 hours to put this bloody house together.
And it's a beautiful house.
It's lovely. She loves it. 2 hours. We're not very good at teamwork.
Right. Why am I a 5?
Why are you a 5? Because you don't bloody listen to anything.
I'm actually a very good listener for the podcast.
You hear my voice and switch off. Like I said, 5 is probably generous.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, we'll move on. Move on quickly. Second one is talking skills.
Out of 10, I've given you 8.
8?
Because let's be honest, you do talk a lot. Not always relevant, so that's why you've got an 8.
Right, so I love talking to you.
Yes, you do. But
listening to you talk to me.
But you like to talk to me at like 3:30 in the morning if you've just randomly woken up. I don't wish to talk to you at that time of day.
If we don't, say we've got people round, for a meal or something. The kids gone bed. We've played a couple of games or whatever. They leave, say 10, 10:30. Liz goes into overdrive. And it's like I haven't been here all evening and she's still got to tell me her hour by hour of her day.
It's because I don't have a lot of adult conversation during the
You
day.
really do. You phone your sisters, your mum, all the time.
It's not the same. It's not the same on the phone, like face-to-face conversation. So I like to be able to tell you about my day or things that have happened or whatever, things that are coming up.
But the more you tell me, the less I care.
It's not very nice, is it?
Look, we're being honest in this. So I'm ready to take a few punches.
Right, so what's my score?
Right, so I'm going to give you 8.5.
Bloody 0.5s.
What? Round
Well,
it up.
round it up to an
No, we're
8.
rounding down
9.
to-
Round it up to an
Right,
8.
this is why you shouldn't be in charge of the mathing. I'm rounding you down to 8.
Harsh.
Yes. But the reason you lose points is because if we were to go a little bit deeper, you're not very good at telling me why you're annoyed.
No, I just get annoyed.
You get annoyed and passive-aggressively talk to the children.
I do that. Daddy's just gone upstairs a minute.
Don't
Don't know why.
Don't know if he'll be back.
He might come back, he might not. I do that. I never say anything, like, bad.
I could be upstairs.
I'm surprised you hear that because your listening skills are not very good.
They're better than you think. I could be upstairs, doing my daily business, and I can hear Liz downstairs talking to Lyra about how I'm going to be ages.
Yeah, Daddy's going to be ages yet.
Daddy's not here.
Daddy's just gone. Daddy's going to be hours yet. You're not going to see Daddy for the rest of the day.
Literally.
I like to manage her expectations, okay?
Yeah, so, but in seriousness, the reason you drop points is because you're not so good at telling me why you're annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can guess sometimes, but I'd say probably 50-50 whether I'm right or not.
Do you know why that would be? Because you don't listen with your listening ears.
No, you just think our balls are crystal, not hairy.
Ours? Our balls?
Ours is in the male species.
Oh, I meant our balls.
Third one is date night organisation.
Right, so I've given you a solid 5. Only because I can't remember the last time you organised a date night. So I thought I'll go middle of the road.
Right, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. I've got a defence for it, though, as I do with everything.
I'm sure. Yeah, here we go.
You're in charge of the budget.
Always.
So if I took you to a lovely restaurant, I don't know, then we go casino afterwards.
Casino?
I don't know.
Of all the places. Right.
I'm worried I'd get the budget wrong, and then you'll be like, no, I don't want to do that.
Well, if you're paying for it, whatever.
Well, I don't know whether I'm paying for it. That's the thing. It's our money. But anyway, I'm going to give you a 7.
7.
Not because you're bad at organising them. We just don't do it very often.
Mm.
When you do, they're lovely. I think our last date night, just before Jackson, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah, a few days before.
Yeah. So,
Fair.
next one is day-to-day affection.
Here we go. I've scored you 8.
Oh, thank you. I think that's my... Oh, no, I've got 2 8s.
So you've got 2 8s, yeah. 2 5s and 2 8s.
But averages. 6.5.
So I've given you an 8 because you are affectionate. Quite, always wants to bloody give me a cuddle. Give me a kiss goodbye. Tell me you love me.
I'm going to give you a 5.
5, that's low.
Yeah, but just think how many numbers are lower that you could have had. So 95% of the time, I initiate the affection, don't I?
Yes.
And I feel like you would be quite happy not having those affectionate moments.
I'm not much of a hugger. You
married me knowing that I'm a hugger. I feel like that's something that you've got to compromise, not me.
You want to hug me all the time. I'm just like, I want to just get on and do what I'm doing. I don't want you clinging to me to hug me. Let me just do this and then I'll hug
cuddling
you.
you in the kitchen.
You
I don't
do.
know if you found that.
And I'm normally like, I've got like a freaking frying pan in my hand, or I'm doing the dishes, or I'm trying to make a bottle, or I'm doing something, and you're like, give me a hug. I'm like, no.
But I feel like that's understandable why you're a 5.
I get
Definitely not
I get
higher.
it. Fine. 5 it is.
Next one is problem solving.
Yes. I gave you 5.
Oh, you gave me 5.
That's
really generous.
Yeah, you do have your moments where you can get yourself out of a problem. It's not very often. but you do.
So I'm going to give you a 9.
9. Strong. Solid 9.
Solid 9, because generally speaking, you're the doctor, you're the firewoman, you're the physio.
Yeah.
As annoying as that is sometimes, when you're definitely not, at least you come up with something. Whereas I just say, I don't know.
I've got an answer for most things.
And a next one is sense of humour.
Okay. I'm looking at my notes and I can see I've given you quite a high score on this. Don't know if I'm going to lower it.
Right. This is the only one that I feel like I knew I was going to have a higher.
Right. So I've given you a 10.
That's really nice, Liz.
But I might give you a 9 because it is annoying.
So I'm going to give you...
I'll give you a 10.
I'm going to give you a 9.
Oh, 9.
Yes.
That's really high. I didn't think I would get that.
No, because for somebody who I understand how funny I am.
Oh.
And it must be so tiring. Laughing. Your cheeks must ache by the end of a date night.
Oh, they do. The end of every day.
And that's not an innuendo. That doesn't mean two things. But no, and also you do have funny moments. A lot of them you don't mean.
That's so true. That's really true. Yeah, I say things and then you look at me like that's quite funny. I think what did I say?
Yeah, and also you say really silly things like,
here we go.
I'm not pulling a lamb out of a cow's bum.
Right, that was just a slip of the tongue.
Right, your tongue should be nowhere near cows or lamb.
Nearly spat me tea out. Oh, goodness.
Sense of humour, people. That's why I'm a 10. Next one is spontaneity.
Yes. On middle of the road, 5. You overthink everything.
See, I would give you a 4.
Why? I think that's fair, to be fair.
Because you're too organised.
Yeah, everything is. I like being organised. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, but you don't even like surprises like that, do you?
It's not that I don't like surprises. I would much rather be organising the surprise than being the surprisee.
Surprisey?
That's definitely not a word.
The person who is being surprised.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Because I like that everybody's going to be where they need to be and at this time. And yeah, I like that. That's how I am programmed.
That's fair enough. But yeah, so I would say when we do come to summarising, probably spontaneity could be something we could work on.
Yes, fair.
Next one. Snack sharing.
Okay. I've gone in at 0. I've given you a 0, Daryl, because you don't share any food. Not with me, not with the children, not with the dog. Nobody. Literally nobody.
I like my own food and snacks.
We went to a friend's house,
Oh no.
and we're getting a Chinese. And everyone does Chinese different, don't they? Everyone does takeaways differently.
Yeah.
And they said, well, why don't we just get a load of dishes and put them in the table and we'll all just take bits.
I was like that bit off of Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
And we'll all just take bits from it. And Daryl was like, oh no, because this is my food. Like, I'm ordering whatever, these 4 things, because that's what I want and that's what I'm going to eat. I'll also eat yours, but you're not eating my food. It's like, this is really awkward now.
And also,
I was like, we'll all just get our own, don't worry.
we once went on a double date.
Oh God,
with Crystal and Ross.
We did.
And we were sharing a mozzarella stick or something.
I can't remember.
Yeah. It was something like that. So that, it's in the middle of the table.
It was cutting to 8, whatever it was.
I didn't count it. I just thought we just tuck in. And of course, me being me, I just kept on tucking in.
So Daryl had 3 bits.
Which meant at the end,
I'd already had my 2, and I think Ross had already had his 2. And so there's only 1 bit left for Crystal. So it was like, for fuck's sake, Daz.
Honestly, I'm surprised we made it after that.
Just like, I was just dying inside. Like, how could you not have read that better?
Because that part of my brain just doesn't work.
You see food and you're like, right, that's mine.
Yeah, it's either mine or not mine.
It wasn't yours, and you ate
We were
it.
sharing it. So it should be first come, first served.
That's not quite how it works.
Look, when you've been to jail, you know that if there's food on there and it's yours, you got to eat it.
You know that from zero experience. Not even close to
I've
experience.
seen films. Shawshank. Right, next one. Bedtime routine following.
Following what?
So following a bedtime routine.
Oh, following a bedtime routine. Yes. I've given you a 7 because actually, so you said on one of our episodes, I think it was the pregnant wife episode, you would like to be more involved with the bedtime routine because you don't tend to put Lyra to bed. Well, you still don't put Lyra to bed because she's just an absolute diva. But you put Jackson to bed basically every night.
I do actually, yeah.
You do. And we have like a good little routine. And you kind of stick to that.
Thank you. I mean, you're in that circumstance, it's an absolute 10. But what I was actually getting at with this question
Didn't mean what I
was
meant.
our own bedtime routine. Nothing to do with the children.
What do you mean? Our bedtime routine.
Yeah,
Well, like when we go to bed.
yeah.
I don't understand the question.
Right. Well, do we go bed at the same time?
Yeah,
No, we don't.
pretty much go to bed at the same time. I go and feed Jackson, and then you go to bed. And then I come to bed after.
Yeah, I suppose we are pretty routine, actually, aren't we?
Yeah. We don't go to bed at different times. Because what happens is, I would go to bed. I'd go to bed at like bloody 8 o'clock if I could. I'd go to bed, and then 3 hours later, you would go to bed and wake me up. Because something would have happened during those 3 hours that you would then want to talk about. You're like, Liz, you awake. Got something to tell you. And then you'd be gabbing on. Can you turn the light on?
Gabbing.
Turn the light on. No chat.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that you have the lamp.
I have the
control.
power of the lamp. So since we had to sort out Jackson's bedroom, it used to be our office. And so the desk and everything is now in our bedroom. So we've had a bit of a rejig. So it's a little bit tighter on Daryl's side. So you don't have a bedside cabinet, which had a lamp on. The lamp is now on my bedside cabinet. I have control. So when it's bedtime, light goes off. Time for bed.
And it is horrendous because I'm not afraid of the dark or anything. I just don't like if I'm watching a film, not a film, that's a complete lie. Never watched a film in bed because I've fallen asleep before it starts. If I'm watching a Facebook video, as soon as the light's off, I feel like I can't watch it anymore.
I always say to you though, no, carry on. I'm just turning the light off because I want to get comfortable.
I need a bit of ambiance.
Have some fucking ambiance with the light off.
No. So then Liz ruins it.
And I always do it. Like if you're watching like a really long reel or whatever, long video, say 20 minutes long, I'll get to like 15 minutes in and I'm like, right, I'm done with this. Like I couldn't wait till the end. Just turn it off.
And then I never know because I don't know how to save a video so that I can go back and watch it in my own time. So if anybody doesn't know how to do that, please help me. Right, next one.
Hang on, I don't think you actually scored me. I gave you a 7 and I don't think you gave me anything.
Okay, you can be...
Did you give me a score on snack sharing? I think I've got lost here. 1, 2,
No,
3, 4,
I didn't.
5.
I didn't get a
6,
chance, babe.
7.
You were too busy chewing my ear off.
No, you didn't give me what? Right, snack sharing.
So snack sharing, I'm going to give you an 8.
An 8. I'm very generous with my snacks.
You are very generous. Not always. You're quite sneaky. You'll hide mini eggs around the house all year round.
I've got a bag of mini eggs. Have you seen?
No, because they're probably hidden in the walls in our safe that we've...
Do you know what it is? Especially with the mini egg thing, is once you start, you don't stop. So if I've got a family bag that will last me a week, I mean, I don't know, I'm kidding. It ain't lasting me a week. It'll last me a day. But whatever, you will eat the lot in one go and won't leave any for me because it's the whole food sharing thing. Even though the mini eggs are clearly mine, you still will eat them. And I'll give you another example. Squares. Salt and vinegar squares are my all-time favourite crisp. I love them. Don't eat crisps ever. But when I do, I have a salt and vinegar squares. Daryl sees a packet and goes, I'm just going to eat that. Doesn't think. Liz has brought that specifically for herself because she wants to eat that because she never has them. I'm just going to eat that.
The one thing I don't touch is your dairy milk yogurt.
Oh, yeah.
Because I don't know why.
I haven't had them for ages, though.
But I feel like there would be a murder.
Mm.
You would do a murder.
Sorry, we digressed. Right, so I got an 8. Right, and then you haven't given me
I'll give you a 9.
for bedtime routine.
Yeah.
That's because I ship you off to bed early, isn't it?
No, you lost. That's the one point you lost.
Oh.
You would have been perfect.
Would have been. Next. It's romance, I think.
How do you know that?
I got a list. I got notes.
Why are you mucking in there?
It's your podcast. I'm just a guest.
Oh, yeah. Remember that. So the next one is romance.
Who says romance is dead? Romance, I have given you a solid 8.
Oh. Give you a 6.
What's with the face?
Well, because I kind of feel bad now.
No, you rate me how you feel.
I feel romance and affection are very similar. There's crossovers. And where you lack in affection,
I lack in romance.
You lack in romance. Again, I think it comes down to this organisation. Like, unless we plan it in the diary to be romantic.
It ain't happening.
Yeah.
Fine. So what did you give me? A 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next one is patient.
I'm thinking, come on, say it. Like, why is this taking so long?
And I did that on purpose to see whether you get annoyed.
I literally can feel my blood pressure going through the roof right now.
That's so funny. Yes, so
Okay, I've given you a 6.
I've given you a 1.
Shut up. I am so patient.
You are really not patient.
I am.
There are certain things that you are patient with.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make up for the 99%.
I am so patient.
You're tolerant.
I'm tolerant.
You're not
I'm
patient,
so tolerant.
but you're not patient. So, for example, Liz is the queen of, don't worry, I'll do it.
I haven't got time to be faffing around waiting.
I could be doing anything.
Nothing. He'll be doing nothing.
Liz expects me to be like on my toes
all the time.
24 hours a day.
In fact, I expect everyone to be like that.
And actually, my best reaction time is in the middle of the night.
Which is so weird.
If she tells me to go and do something, I wake up. There's no like a breath. I'm already
You're like,
running out the door.
You'd be fine if you were on fire.
Yeah.
That's actually really true.
I'd forget everyone else.
Yeah, laters.
Panic.
That is true, yeah. So I'll say to Daz, so in the middle of the night, we have like a bit of a rule, don't we?
Mm.
I'll deal with the children throughout the night. And then if the dog, for whatever reason, has a moment and he has got a little bell on the back door. So if he rings the bell, then that means he wants to go outside to do his business. So Daryl doesn't hear the bell ever, but I hear it. And so the rule is I deal with the children, and if the bell goes, Daz comes down and deals with the dog. So I'll go, Daz, the dog. And he's like, up. Like,
I don't hear the
stairs.
dog.
He doesn't hear the dog. He literally gets up, runs out the room, down the stairs, and he's like, out the door. Butt naked. Barry's like, what the? You only accidentally hit the bell.
Yeah, not really booting him out of the house.
Yeah, but you do. You literally do that. But if I say to you, Daz, be a lamb, can you just, I don't know, empty the bin? Yeah, all right. And then
I'll finish what I'm doing.
4 hours later, when I've done the bin.
Liz to ask me to do the bin.
So when he says he finished what he's doing, he'll finish sitting on his ass watching something on his phone.
Which
is obviously...
If you had to choose one or the other...
way more important than helping.
It is. Could have been learning something. So anyway...
So you gave me a 1?
Yeah, a 1.
What?
And I'm
That's
dead...
very low.
No, I'm dead serious about that one. I feel like you've confused tolerance with patience. And I would say most of our arguments, should we say, are related to your patience and my reaction time.
All those listening ears not working.
Yeah.
And then my patience really does disappear. That little 1% that I have, gone.
Right. The final question is support.
Support. I've given you a strong 10.
I gave you a 10 too.
Did you?
How sappy is that?
That's a bit... Ugh.
It isn't it?
No, I have given you a 10 because actually you do support us. I say us, family.
Yeah.
Me. Yeah.
Oh, you don't really support, you carry.
Carry back.
Yeah. I've got no excuse. I'm just a support.
No, you are a good egg, really.
Oh, I appreciate that. Right, so how do we do?
Oh, Christ, you're going to make me count now, aren't you? I feel like there's a lot of pressure on me right now. Okay, Daryl, so you got 77
Booyah.
out of 120. And you scored me 83 out of 120.
So
You're welcome.
I feel like yours were more inaccurate. So I kind of... I did kind of win.
No.
I feel like I won morally.
Sore loser. Should have put that on there.
Yeah. Well, are you glad we did that? Do you feel like we learnt?
We learned that I've got 0 patience and Daryl doesn't share food.
That's basically...
That's what we learned there.
That's our learning point. So if I'm still doing this next year...
77 and 83.
Do you know what? I reckon some will go up and some will go down.
I agree.
So I reckon you'll get more patient.
Really? I think my patience might go minus.
I'll start
We'll be in the
losing.
minuses then.
If I started losing my patience more and you, we wouldn't be here to do a podcast.
Yeah, issues.
So let's talk about parenting stuff then.
Okay.
So throughout this year, do you reckon you've had like have you had like I said with like the wow moment this year?
Yeah.
What about parenting?
Yes.
Has there actually been a moment?
Yeah, and it relates to you again.
Good.
So my wow moment is, it happens quite often to be fair, but it's the same moment, is seeing the excitement on Lyra and Jackson's faces when you come home from work.
Oh.
Honestly, so Lyra is buzzing when you come home. You all right?
Nope.
And
I'm
now
fine.
Jackson, literally, you walk around like into the living room and Jackson is like, oh my, and his little legs are kicking and he just gets so excited. Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you.
No, it's a nice tear. Why would anybody be sad about that? Oh God, I wish
Freaking
they'd
kids.
cry when I walk in. No, that is so nice. So obviously, for everyone listening, we have pre-planned these questions because obviously some of them take a bit of thought. But this one, there was no thought needed because I am just wowed by you every single day with the kids. How you remain calm, and I dip in and out, but you are the rock, and they are growing up. And I know that we're in a couple of years in, but they are growing up to be amazing humans. And that's going to be 75% you, 25% me. And I thank you for that.
Thank you.
Not even a bloody tear.
Oh.
Like I thought, oh, this will get her. Right, you heartless.
I'm not heartless. I'm just absorbing the nice things you're saying, the compliment.
Are there anything with the children that you think I could work on?
Anything you could work on? I didn't actually put anything down for this point.
That's okay.
Only because I couldn't think of anything. Which
I'm the perfect father.
no, do you know what? It's not that you're perfect for our children.
Yeah.
I just think
Like,
we work on our parenting every day.
yeah.
Some days it works, some days it doesn't. So, do you know what I mean? Like,
I think it's a bit of a stupid question, actually. In all seriousness, it is. We're always working on it.
we're just learning every day.
Yeah, like you cock up, you bloody know you've cocked up, like almost instantly. Sometimes a bit later on,
Yeah.
But you're just constantly working, aren't you?
I think we're doing it right.
I think we've had a bloody good start so far.
So far, so good.
And the next question was to do with balance, but we're so early in, aren't we?
Yeah. There's just, it's mad actually. So like 95% of our lives revolve around our children.
Yeah, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
No, Christ. But there's no balance in us having a life outside of being parents right now.
No.
We have like little snippets like of an evening.
Yeah.
But even that's like such a small amount of time because children go to bed, we then come down and straighten the house basically, don't we? Like get everything ready for the following day and put toys away and do bottles and pack nursery bags and all this stuff. And then we sit down for like an hour and that's our time, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And you wish it was more, but you don't want to take away from the time. You don't want to take away from the children.
No, absolutely. And you want, as much as we don't want to have to do all these things in the evening, actually, it helps then the following day. So you're not then dicking around trying to do things when you've got the two children to entertain. Like,
yeah, and for me, that's my form of support for you, because I go to work, like we said in previous things, I go to work. If we don't do all these things, like the small things like packing the bags or doing the dishes, you've only got to do them whilst trying to juggle
whilst giving them breakfast or whatever.
Yeah. So I get that. So let's go personal stuff next.
Personal growth.
Yeah.
Stuff.
You know what I mean, like
all that personal stuff.
Well, yeah. So, have you noticed any changes in me this year compared to previous years?
Yes, I have.
What's that?
It's about my patience. No, I'm joking. Yes, actually. So, since you have started the podcast, I think you've become more confident. Like, you're a confident person anyway. You come across as a confident person. But actually, I think you have become more confident in your own ability. And you've also become a bit more decisive in what you want.
It's a really, really good one.
Thank you. Well, it's on you. It's not on me.
No, but I wouldn't say that about myself. I wouldn't think of that.
I think you have though, like, because, well, I don't know, like you just seem more comfortable and, like I said, decisive.
It's because I enjoy it so much.
Yeah, in what you want to do and like how you want to take it forward and these other little streams and like you're very much like, well, I want to do this and this is how I'm going to do it and this is what I need and blah 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 blah. Whereas last year you wouldn't have done that. No, it would have been like, I've had this thought. That's the end of that.
I've always struggled to figure out where I'm meant to be.
Yeah.
Like, and that's particularly in jobs. I've always, like, some people find their perfect jobs, like, instantly. I haven't. I've always thought, like, oh, fancy a bit of that, or actually, then you try it and you think, well, actually, it's probably not for me. Whereas this, I feel this is the first time ever that I'm planning for the future in a career. Do you know what I mean? No, you know what I mean. Don't give me that look. But yeah, that's really good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have I noticed any growth in you?
Yeah, my belly got really big at one point. Literally popped.
I think, although we talk about your patience, we don't argue, and it lasts longer than pretty much an hour.
Mm.
And I've always been like that.
Yeah, it's really annoying.
But you've always been like, you're always the one that keeps it going. Whereas you
love a good feud.
Like this year in particular, I don't know whether it's because you've just sort of seen that, shit me, like there's so much more to life. We've got 2 children to look after.
Yeah.
That why am I bothering being angry? Because Daryl's so funny. It hurt me.
Yeah, I do. I think that all the time.
But yeah, I feel like when we have those moments where we piss each other off or I piss you off, you're the one. I mean, you never apologise,
No.
but
I'm never in the wrong. Ever.
You're the one that starts it back up again, as in not rekindles the anger. You just
Rekindles the love. I'm a lover, not a hater.
wrong.
That is wrong. I'm a hater.
Yeah, no,
Thank you.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
I feel like that's been better this year.
Thank you.
I don't know whether I worded that correctly for anybody listening. For hopefully there's somebody listening, Mum.
Mum?
So, is there anything I could work on next year to make myself better?
I think your biggest thing would be time management. Right?
Are you talking about my mornings again?
No, not specifically.
Are you saying that I should find...
No. Look, let me read what I've written here. So, time management. You're forever needing to do something and you put things off until it's too late and then you're rushing. So that's not about mornings. That's just general.
Could you give me an example, please?
Well, mornings are a great example as it happens. But you do, though. You're like, oh, yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. It's like, no, just go and do it now. We need to record an episode. Oh, we'll do it tomorrow. No, let's just do it now. Then it's done. Then you can do your editing tomorrow. Don't put it off. You haven't got time to be putting things off.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm a bit like that with guests as well, aren't I? So, obviously, you're going to be starting to look for a job in the new year.
Yeah, it's a problem.
I do not think you should undersell yourself. So, you could find a job tomorrow if you wanted to. You could do anything, and you'd be the best. You'd be the best at it. But you've worked so hard with your career that I feel that rather than it being just, oh, it's just a few years, I'll do anything, I feel like you're worth more than that.
That's kind.
Yeah. A bit better than
Time management.
drink your coffee quicker, Daz.
It takes 2 hours to drink a cup of coffee. I get what you're saying, but surely you must see it from my point of view. I don't want to start something and start building on a career now, and then it all change when the children go to school.
No,
and
I'm not.
I have to change again.
I'm not suggesting...
Because it will be me that changes, not you.
I'm not suggesting that you start a career during this time. I'm just suggesting that you maybe add to the skills that you've already got.
Yeah, well, I do want to do that.
Enhance what you've already got to get more. Yeah. Boob job.
I do want to do that, and that is a thought I've had about how can I better myself for when the children start school to then pick up on my career again.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And that's what I want you to do. And I worry that you'll just panic and
I am panicking.
do anything.
Yeah. I know.
OnlyFans.
I don't think I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
So let's wrap things up slowly.
Yeah. Let's wrap them
What
up.
have we got to look forward to next year?
So, what have we got to look forward to next year? We've got Jackson's first birthday,
Yeah.
which is fabulous.
But Lyra's third birthday.
Lyra's third birthday. I mean, that's just freaking mad. I just think the first birthday, that's a celebration.
We've kept a
isn't it?
human alive for an entire
Yeah.
year.
I know. We're going to go on holiday, aren't we?
Yep.
The four of us.
We're going to make that happen.
No. So we're definitely going to go on holiday. The four of us next year, somewhere abroad. Maybe Cyprus. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
If there's any listeners out there who happen to be family members. Yeah.
So Bex and Dan's wedding, and then we've got Lee and Laura's weddings. So both will be fabulous. I'm looking forward to starting my next chapter.
Oh.
So whatever that is.
That's good.
Whether that's training in something or, starting that process or starting a new job, whatever that looks like, I'm looking forward to that. I'm a little bit nervous about it, but I'm also looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to just spending more time with you, lover. Obviously.
So, obviously, being best man is up there. The stag, getting to stand up there with one of my best friends.
Yeah.
It's going to be epic.
That will be fabulous.
And actually, having my children see me stand up there next to Uncle Dan, it's going to be great. That's like a really good moment for me. And for the podcast, I think I'm going to be branching out to maybe a bit more Devon, a bit more Plymouth. I feel confident enough now that I can reach out to people who I don't know.
Yeah.
Because some of those have been the best episodes.
Yeah, I agree.
So Plymouth, I'm coming for you.
Look out.
Obviously, there's a couple more ventures that I might be going on. There's a business idea that's coming up. There's the YouTube series that hopefully I'll make happen. Obviously, juggling all of that is going to be difficult, but
all about that time management.
We'll have to see. Yeah, all that time in the mornings, I could get it all done, couldn't I?
You get loads done. Loads done in 2 hours.
You have been very much a part of our year. Obviously, I started in May, and I cannot thank you enough. We've had a hoot doing these episodes.
We have had a hoot, haven't we?
And if you fancy using this model to do your own annual review, then just make sure you're a stable couple, because
dodgy ground.
Once you start talking, you can't untalk, is what I've found out sometimes. Just a little bit of advice there for you.
A little bit of a heads up.
This year has been great. I cannot wait for next year. Your feedback has been amazing. One thing, if I could ask you to do anything, is to please like and share. Because it's very odd, but that is what makes the difference between just doing a little podcast for a few listeners and doing a little podcast for a lot more listeners. So, for now, one final time, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Cheers.